What's up, everybody? I'm standing here with Joel Fallaise, and we're in front of the Scalar SCR1, is that right?
You got it.
This is the first Scalar prototype. It's an all-electric club racer, is that also correct?
Yes, we're running a touring car.
Based off of a 2022 Toyota 86.
Basically what we wanted to, how we came up with this car was all the issues that us as the founders had racing amateur cars with a gas engine and just the problematics that you have with that. And from driving electric, we're like, you know, it'd be really cool if we came up with a car that was reliable, instant torque, and what other chassis that is better to do it than a car that's been tested and tried true for racing.
Definitely the right chassis.
It's amazing. The aftermarket support for it from in every aspect of racing, whether it's drifting, like regular time attack cars, just an amazing chassis.
Very
so we
cool.
took that, we wanted to take the power, the torque, and we're like, let's do this. Let's make a reliable car.
So as of now, this is still a prototype, but there's a lot of R&D coming up very soon, actually. So in addition to being one of the founders, you're an engineer on this project as well. What kind of challenges come with swapping the entirety of the car's guts out to something as cutting edge as this?
So the biggest problem is because this is such a small car, when you look at classic EV cars today, they're rather large.
Okay.
I mean, they're all sitting on top of their skateboard battery packs.
Right.
Like the biggest challenge is where do you put batteries in this? We wanted it to last long enough, so to last 45 minutes. We went with a 65 kilowatt hour battery, but where do you put it? So it's like, we're like, well, the back seats, then the front, but we also didn't want to have it too far forward because, again, you don't want to have too much weight in front of the tires.
Right.
Then we're like, let's do it up the tunnel, but then we have to re-engineer the whole tunnel because that's the structure of the car. So now the battery pack is now integrated as part of the structure of the car, and that's kind of the biggest engineering feat that we've had, is to get this massive battery into this car, but then not lose the feeling of the car, right? You want to keep the center of gravity low. You want to keep the nice, small, nimble feeling of the car. So that's kind of the biggest engineering feat that we had to come up with.
That's badass, man. So I'm here with the other co-founder of Scalar, Brian Bourne. Brian is from the technology side, and you're kind of bringing the technology into motorsport in this way. A big thing for Scalar Performance is modernizing motorsport, and part of that is bringing really cutting-edge technology, which you have a lot of experience with. Can you tell me a little bit about the technology that you brought to this project and what you've been working on specifically?
Yeah, so a lot of it's like work in progress for sure on the tech stack side. We want to bring full live telemetry to the car. We want to bring security to the VCU so that we can actually cryptographically assure that it's running the approved settings for a race series. That's my background, is all on that cybersecurity side.
Cool.
So then we can do a health attestation that says car is running the approved settings for this series and things like that. So the live telemetry side, I've got that all working on my endurance car, but it's rather difficult for somebody who doesn't have a tech background. And I think it should be like what I'll call an Apple level user experience for tech. Like, you should just be able to use
Easier for the end user
yeah,
than coding
and
it
not
yourself.
require a computer science degree to get live telemetry out of the car. So.
Right on. And that's not just about performance. There's like a huge safety aspect to stuff like that as well.
Performance and safety, it's driver development. It's a big focus on driver development.
That's cool.
You know, you and I could have the same lap time, but we're doing things different. If I can pick up the things that you're doing that are better, and you can pick up the things I'm doing that are better,
Right.
we can both get faster, right?
So a lot of data logging and things like that.
A lot of data logging and then data analytics to see what happens if the platform can actually tell you the differences, and we don't have to just try to guess at them.
I got you.
Right?
So
that's the vision there. But first step is just get a car that's working amazing.
yeah,
So
definitely.
we're starting with that.
Speaking of which, we didn't really touch on the very specific drivetrain that you've got back here. You mentioned a little bit before we were rolling. If you could explain to the audience what they're looking at when they look through the glass here.
Yeah, so the view through the glass is cool. We can actually pick up the wing here.
Oh, excellent.
And actually take a look at the back. This is where the action happens. What you'll see here is a dry sump for the oil system, and the oil's used to lubricate and cool the motor. The inverter, the motor, which is by Hypercraft. They've provided the motor for this car. And then the gearbox, I'm going to call it the gearbox. It's gear reduction and differential all in one housing. That was built by eTractive in Windsor, Ontario.
Oh, very cool.
So that has a 5.19 to 1 gear reduction ratio. Motor spins at 12,000 RPM. Obviously, your wheels don't.
Right.
You don't want them to. So that's what that's doing. we've used straight cut gears. Not only are they stronger, but they're gonna make this car sound sick. Like,
Yeah, I bet.
like proper race car, right?
All the whines and everything.
Yeah. And then it goes to a Torsen limited slip, all in that one housing.
That's
So
more
that-
familiar to a lot of our audience. I'm
Right.
sure they understand things like that.
So that's what's going on back here.
Is there anything that we've missed that people at home should know? Where can they find out more information, things like that?
Yeah, so scalarperformance.com will have all the information. There's some very interesting things on the safety side we've done as well. Safety with electric vehicles is kind of top of mind for everybody.
Most definitely. Safety is definitely number one when you're on the track. So it's really cool to know, it may be a prototype, but it's not something that was left on the back burner. It's something that was thoroughly thought
in a
out.
matter of fact, that's why there's nothing repurposed from production electric cars. It's built for motorsport with safety,
Yeah, do it once and do it right.
safety top of mind.
Yeah, excellent. Well, Brian, thank you very much for the explanation.
Oh,
Pleasure as
thank you.
always. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen with these. I am sure we're going to follow up in the near future. You're going to see more of these, I can rest assured. So stay tuned.